Yes, roll number 29. Roll number 29. SP madam. रोल नंबर 29. मॅम तुमचा माईक अनम्यूट करा. येस मॅडम. मॅम माईक अनम्यूट करा.
हॅलो
येस.
हॅलो
हा मॅडम, येतोय आवाज.
सर माझं आज आहे का?
हो मॅडम.
3 तारीख होते ना सर?
नाही नाही मॅडम, बायोडेटमध्ये आज आहे मॅडम. ऑलरेडी काल टाकलेलं आहे ग्रुपवरती.
1 मिनिट सर.
येस. येस, रोल नंबर 29.
DT पाटील सरांचंच आहे ना सर?
पाटील सर नाही
सॉरी
मॅडम,
मॅडम.
पाटील मॅडम मॅम आहे. येस मॅमचंच.
DT मॅडम पाटील मॅडम. येस सर, येस सर. जस्ट Good morning, all of you. Myself, Pankaja Rajabhav Deshmukh. I am working as assistant professor in a KNMS Arts Commerce College, Satana. Today, I am going to welcome Dr. Daya Trembak Patil, madam. Her educational qualification is BSc, MLIP, and SET, PhD, DCP, and SA. Her designation is librarian professor grade, and she has 31-year administrative experience, and her teaching experience is 40 years. Her research experience is 24 years. She awarded number of awards and got the prizes. She got the Ravi Painter Ranjangaonkar Gold Medal. She also got the Sri Anant Narayan Gore Prize. She also got Prabhakar Bhalerao Shruti Paritoshik. She also got Dr. V.N. Wali Wadekar Prize. She also got the Kartutwan Nari Puraskar in 2017. She also has SP Satarkar Best Librarian Award in 2020 by Jivan Vikas Granthalaya, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. She also guided the PhD, MPhil or MLib students. Since she guided MLib first year student 25 number of number, she also guided 25 MPhil student, and she is also has the guide of 15 PhD student. She also uh, uh, she also published number of research articles in a number of journals. Total 199 articles she has to be published. In journal, she published 125 articles. She wrote 32 books, and she also wrote conference preceding 35. Number of books published or authored by her are four, and number of books edited by her is three. She also has the uh, visiting faculty or invited guest lecture faculty in 21 lectures. She has acted as a resource person in a 21 courses, the courses like refresher course, national seminars. And she also organized national level seminar and conferences organized by her, and the number is 06, or the sixth seminars and conference organized by her. See, now today we have the opportunity to hear the excellent lecture from her. Behalf of all the participants and the organizing committee, I will welcome ma'am, and uh, I want to thanks for the MMTC to give me the opportunity to read the biodata of such personality. And we are waiting for your guidance. Thank you, ma'am. Over
Hello.
to you, ma'am.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes,
Am I
ma'am.
audible? Thank
Yes,
you
yes.
very much, Pankaja madam, for such a like and nice introduction. I'm thankful.
Thank you, ma'am.
Respected Dhanashri Mahajan madam and director, and Rafe sir, assistant director of UGC MMTC, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, all dear participant teachers, very good morning to one and all. First of all, I'm thankful to Dhanashri Mahajan madam and Rafe sir for giving me an opportunity to share my views with you. Dear participants, all of us are aware about the National Education Policy 2020, and main motto or objective of National Education Policy is access, equity, and quality in higher education. Access, equity, and quality of access, equity, and quality in higher education. How this motto or vision be achieved using the ICT, information and communication technology. Now, let me share my screen. Dear participants, you may be the teachers or some participants may be the librarian, and I'm going to talk about the library, academic library. We are academicians, and we know library is the soul of any institution. And as the part of ICT is about the NEP, same is for library also. So I have chosen the topic application of modern tools and techniques in academic libraries. Outline of my present lecture, that is introduction. What is the changing scenario in higher education? What is the need and importance of information and communication technology? What are the aspects of information and communication technology? Use of information and communication technology in library. Change in publication scenario, publication media. What are the library services? Impact of ICT on library services, change in library services, competencies and skills required for librarian to achieve this motto of NEP, changing role of librarian, challenges and conflicts, and last conclusion. When the impact of ICT is on society, that first impact goes on the library, because library is heart of society also. The information get through library, information or books, any reading material we get through the library. And dynamic nature of technology has significant impact on information and communication technologies. Why? Because ICT provides faster access to the information and also challenging the librarians to rethink and remodel their services, adopting the technology changes, because ICT is compelling us to change our faces, to change our services, and change anything, everything in library. That is trinity of the library: staff, users, and resources. ICT compel us to change the resources, as well as ICT compel us to change to give the services also. What is changing scenario? Changing scenario is that there is increasing expectation of users. Users have no time to find or to search the information what they need, and when their expectations from library are going to increase, then there is explosion of information. There is explosion of information, large use of internet, large use of internet,
Madam, ma'am, your mic is off, I guess.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Now you're audible.
These are the changing scenario because from library there are so many expectations increased and there is explosion of information. In every 2 years the information get doubled in number, and large amount use of internet. We all are using internet, users are also using internet, huge amount of knowledge is available on internet, but there is a need to select the information what we need. Because if you search any keyword on Google or any platform, then there is ample number of information uh, comes on your screen, but we don't know which information is useful for us, what information we need for us, and that's why there is a need of library.
गाडी नाही आणली मी आज मी नाही आणली गाडी
Please mute. Dear participants, please you should mute your mics. Access of information from remote place means there is no need to visit the library. The information that should be placed anywhere on net, and you can access from remote places also. And there is compelled to use ITC, because if you don't use the ICT, you get you don't flow with the society, we don't get flow with this technology. That's why you should use the ICT in our academic libraries also, in our academic works also. And there is budget cut, means as per how many information is publishing, that all information you can't purchase. What is the need and importance of ICT? To cope with increasing demands, to cope with decreasing staff, to perform more activities with available staff, to improve existing services, to provide new services, to enrich existing services, and to prove 5 laws of library and information science. Users have increasing demands and they have no time also. And all of us know what are the policy of our government. There is no recruitment of non-teaching staff. That's why there is a decreasing staff of library. More activities with available staff. More activities means use of ICT. Use of ICT is the more activity, because in traditional libraries we were giving the traditional services. Now using the ICT we are doing more work, that is library also automation, then the digitization, and online resources that we have to manage, management of online resources, management of softwares. These all activities are going to increase and staff is going to decrease. That's why if we use the information and communication technology to give the services, is the need and importance of ICT. To improve existing services. To improve existing services means what? With minimum time, we are going to give the service to our users. To provide new services, to enrich existing services, and to prove 5 laws of library science. What are the 5 laws of library science? Library is a growing organism. Each and every reader or user should get his or her information or book. Save the time of reader. Library is growing organism. And last one, each information or each book should also get its reader. And to satisfy all these 5 laws, we need the information and communication technology. What are the aspects of information and communication technology? These are the aspects. Communication technology means telephone, computer technology, multimedia technology, optical technology, barcode technology, telephone technology, satellite technology, and publication technology. These are all the aspects of ICT. How use of ICT in library? For library automation means whatever the database, what is the information resources available in our library, that database of all available resources should be created. Then using ICT, we can get the library management very satisfactory. We can enrich the library services using ICT, and to keep the record, which is also very essential factor in library. And all these aspects, we can use the ICT for library automation, for library management, library services, as well as library to maintain the library record. What is change in publication media, traditional environment and electronic environment? Before some decades, we were writing articles, we were writing poems by hand and published it in any media of publication. But now the face of writing is also changed. Now we are going to write the blogs on email and online publishing. We take the mobile phone, write we are not writing also, just speaking on mobile, and then the device get right, and we publish or we forward that message to anyone. Means the aspect of writing is also changed. Then in traditional environment, there was book publications. Now there are e-books. All of us know there are publication in the form of e-format, e-publication, e-books, e-journals. Traditionally, the articles were published in journals and periodicals. Now there are e-periodicals, there are e-journals, and there is consortia. What is consortia? Consortia is nothing but the sharing of information, sharing of budget, and I will give you one example of consortia. That's very simple example, that is sharing taxi or sharing cab. All of us, means 3 or 4 person, give equal amount of money and choose the destination where we are going to reach, and share the money. Like that, all the libraries come together in group, and some amount of our budget share with all these libraries, and get the subscription access of that all online resources. That is the consortia. Reference in traditional library, was there any consortia? Yes, there was. What was that? That was library lending process. Means one library is giving the information resources to another library. What we call that? Interlibrary loan facility. In traditional library, interlibrary loan facility was there. Now there is a consortia. Then what is the change in reference books? Yes, there were reference books. Now now also there are available number of reference book in our library, but the users are not visiting to the library to refer the books, because they get the information on online databases, because all the information is available in online databases. That's why there maybe no need to visit the library. Then there is a change in publication media. What was traditional environment? There was newspaper reading and printing. Now newspapers are available online basis, online format. There are PDFs. There are links of all newspapers what you want to read, and web publishing is also there. So in traditional library, there was newspapers, cuttings of newspaper, clipping of newspaper, and printing in the traditional form of newspaper. Now it's available on through web and online base. Then in traditional environment, communication through telephone, fax was there. Now communication through chatting, emails, satellite communication is there. Now this is the best example. We are going to uh, interact with us, with all of your participants and myself. We are interacting each other through media. There is no need to go to the MMTC center of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar University and give the lecture. There is a provision of using ICT. We can communicate the information or knowledge through ICT. These are some newspapers and links of newspapers I have given, because all of us know at the time of pandemic situation, we were unable to read the newspaper and we were afraid to touch the newspaper also. And that at that time, we were aware to use how to read the newspapers. Online links were there. लोकमत जो रीजनल पेपर है, लोकसत्ता, दिव्य मराठी, दैनिक भास्कर, सकाळ, सामना, पुढारी, देशोन्नति, पुण्यनगरी, हिंदू, टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया, इंडियन एक्सप्रेस, एशियन एज, फाइनेंशियल एक्सप्रेस, नव भारत टाइम्स, employment news, education times, all the reputed daily newspapers, and the online links I have given. If you are searching these links, you get the online newspaper. What do you want to read? Now come to the next. It's very useful and beneficial for the academic users of library and teachers. We are the teachers, and searching the information on web. This is the platform of enlist to each and every user of academic library, particularly the college library, because in FlipNet Center, Information Library Network Center, which is the center affiliated to the UGC, InflipNet has given ample number of online databases, and we can search the information available on online base through Enlist. This is the home page of Enlist. Most of you maybe use this information. If anyone is not using this platform of Enlist, please go to this, because your librarian are going to subscribe or access the InflipNet's Enlist database. The college which is in 12F, 12B, 2F, they can get the access through Enlist by InflipNet by charging or by subscribing very less amount of the budget. We get number of e-resources and number of e-books, number of e-journals, which are cost of which is very heavy, means we can't subscribe in college library because our budget is in lakhs, and the subscription rate of all these information resources is in crores. That's why we should using this platform. Those libraries who have get the access of Enlist, they have the login ID and passwords. using that each and every user has separate login ID and password. Using that login and password, you can log in to get the enlist resources from this InfluNet platform and browse, search the information what you want to search. You can download also. We can print it also. We can take the e-copy and save on your device also. That's why I request all our participants, please go to this platform and use information, particularly the teachers who are from science and technology background. They should use this platform. E-Show the Sindhu. E-Show the Sindhu is the consortium for higher education which give the electronic resources. This is also the available from on the InfluNet platform because UGC has given the authority or affiliation to the InfluNet Information and Library Network Center to provide the services, to provide the resources to all the college libraries which are in India, which are in situated at remote place of India also. This facility is given. E-Show the Sindhu is the consortia for higher education. Electronic resources are there. But I would like to tell you that E-Show the Sindhu, access of E-Show the Sindhu is not for college library. This access is for only university library. But Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University Library gives us the access of what the library has subscribed all the databases near about 1.5 means 1.5 crore of database crore of rupees databases are subscribed by the university library, and they are giving the access to our affiliated college libraries because that is the very best practice of university library to give the access of each and every student which is situated at remote place and affiliated to BAMU. But there may be these participants which are not affiliated to Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University. They cannot get the access from our library, university library. They can use the user and password of your friends also. Is it clear? Now, this is the government policy to allow researcher free access to science journals because new education policy, national education policy, what it indicates, there should be equity. Each and every student, each and every researcher should get the information, and there is access to the each and every student situated at any place in the India. That's why science we are unable to subscribe the science journals because of the very high cost of the journals, and our budget, college library budget, is very less in amount, and we prefer to subscribe the textbooks which are the most popular resource for the student and also the needy resource of the research students to use the textbooks because uh, our education policy is exam oriented and they students likes to use the textbooks, and that's why we are not able to subscribe many journals, particularly of science, because of there is budget problem. So the government given the policy to the researcher free access to all the science journals. What is the vision? Vision of this policy is cost reduction. Means consortia coming together and purchasing the documents. What is the vision? Vision is national vision is Vikasit Bharat and NEP is the vision of this policy. Now, it reduces the cost, it boosts Atmanirbhar Bharat in research implementation, and InflibNet means information and library network give its contribution very much to the researcher and the professors of academic libraries. Now there is one policy coming soon, means it has already came but not accessed all over the India. Some government institutions and university libraries get the information from that. That policy is one nation, one subscription. There is no need to subscribe for each and every library. Only once one get the subscribed through InflibNet Center, and all the university libraries, college libraries, government institutions can access the subscribed database by InflibNet through given mail ID, given login ID, and given password. Directory of open access books. What is this? This is the directory. We know on the web, on the net, there is number of resources, open access. We can just go browse and read. What it called? DOAB, Directory of Open Access Books. There are 2,191 academic peer-reviewed books from 73 publishers. There are 2,458 academic peer-reviewed books from 79 publishers and 2,476 academic peer-reviewed books from 79 publishers. Huge number of books, e-books are available, open to all, free of access. And this is the direct, but how we can get the access of that open resources? The solution is directory of open access books. Means it is the directory, it is the database, it is the metadata of available resources which are free of cost on web, on internet, that has been enlisted, and that is the directory of DOAB, Directory of Open Access Books. DOAG, this one is open directory of open access about the e-books, and this one is the directory of open access of journals. DOAG, Directory of Open Access, because there are number of journals which are free of cost, available, open resources, free of cost. 9,973 journals, 5,833 researchable at article levels, 134 countries. A number of articles are available, but how to search these articles? What do you want to search? How it should be searched? Then these are the tools helping us to search the database. What is this? Directory of open access journals. There is enlisted all the journals or the articles and given the metadata to the users to search all the information or articles or journals what they want to search. Then all these are the tools, isn't it? Then how library services we are going to change according to the impact of ICT in the traditional library services. We know there is a reference service because each and every user, when you go to the academic library and ask for the information, ask for any information resources, librarian and library staff is available there to give you the service about the reference, piece of information, not any book or just you want to piece of information. You, if you have any question, if you are going to prepare any lecture, if you are going to give any speech on any subject, you go to the library and ask for the piece of information to the library staff. He or she goes to the information resources available as in the form of references, that's encyclopedia, Vishwakosh, directories, biographies, subject biographies, then subject encyclopedias. All these information resources are available in library, and that piece of information is available in that number of books. But what library staff do? Library staff and librarian go to that particular information sources and cut that information from that information sources, and that match the demand of user and give that particular information, piece of information to the user. That is a reference service. What is a referral service? If the information is not available in our library, if information source is not available in our library, then that in which library or on which place it is available, that information is given to the user. That is the referral service. Means there is a difference between reference service and referral service. A reference service means what? Reference means which available resources are present in library. The piece of information cut from that information sources and giving to the library users is a reference service. But if the piece of information is not available in our library, that database is not available in our library, then that piece of information or database where it will make available that information given to the user, that is a referral service. Audio visual service. Audio visuals means what? If the information is available in the audio form, in audio visual form, or any only audio form, that information we are going to give to the user by using the equipments, instruments which are available in our library. Bibliographic information means what? Means metadata. Title of that information, author of that information, publisher of that information, and place of that information, where it shall be available, where it would be available. That information is bibliographic information. In our language, we call it as metadata. Then expert lectures. From pandemic situation, we all are aware about the expert lectures, because all of us given the lectures online to our users using various platforms, whatever that may be, that platform we have chosen, maybe YouTube or any other platform. You are recording the lecture, expert lecture, and giving to the users. But when ample number of these lectures are available in our library, students coming and they are searching for that lecture, librarian is there to give the proper lecture on proper subject to the proper user, proper student. Is now the changing phase of library services. What is CAS? Current Awareness Service. Means now what topic is going on in society, what research in going on in research community, and what information is currently available in various journals, periodicals, databases, online resources, and anything. That information is giving to the students or users currently. That is the current awareness service. what is going on currently in society, what is going on currently in research community, what is going on currently in political situations, what is going on international interaction, what is going on financial direction, all these aspects. The users, what they want, what is the रुचि किसमें है, what do you what they want to search in library. The librarian or library staff should know all these keywords of our user. If that keyword matches to our current information, that cut of information gives to our for example, I will give you one example. If we are going to subscribe journals, offline journals, there is content page, there number of articles, title of articles, and author of articles. But all the students, all the researchers, or all the professors do not want each and every article published in that journal, but they want some which is the interested topic of her or research topic of her or his. That's why we can librarian, what do you take photo of that content page. We have the WhatsApp groups of teachers, WhatsApp group of students, and paste on that WhatsApp group. This is the currently available journal available in our library. If you want to read that article, please visit to the library. This is the current I have given simple example to the you about the current awareness service. Now, what is the SDI? SDI, the selective dissemination of information. Selective dissemination means there is no need to paste all the information on the student group because they have no time. Particularly in research community, they have no time to access or browse all the information available in the library or online databases, because researcher want only the piece of information about the research on research topic, what he or she is going to do the research on that particular subject. That's why there is a selective dissemination of information. Selective means what? The keywords of the users of interested topic has been collected by the library staff. Coming resources, new resources, when get available in the library, then we have to match the keywords of these particular users to the available resources. And if you get the match of both the keywords, available resources, and the demand of the users or research community, if match the keywords, we have to provide that information, selected dissemination of information to that particular research community, because researcher time is very important time, and that should be spent on the research work only, not for searching. We are there to search the information, no need to search by research community, because his or her research time is very valuable for us. That's why you are going to provide these type of resources or services to the users. Now, in current awareness service and selective dissemination of service, if you add the ICT, information and communication technology, then it enriches the value of these services, enriches the quality of these services, because we have no need to do all these process manually. If you give the program and only paste the keywords of user community and new arrivals, then if you get the match, we can support, or you can supply the information within a fraction of second. That's why use of ICT is very important in library services to enrich the library services, to enhance the quality in higher education. Next one, newspaper clipping, because it's also a very useful service. In traditional library, we were cutting the newspapers, pasting on somewhere in, and keeping that bound volumes in our library. Now also these information resources are available. But now the newspaper clippings are in the form of using ICT. There is a screenshot we are taking. Clippings are taking by the using of ICT and keeping in the files. Number of files are there by the title of newspaper, by the that's the piece of information, by the subject of information. Number of files are there. We are pasting that information in that particular file. If the users come to your and visit your library, just we are going to provide this information using metadata, using library management software, and all these things. Project information required to the users, particularly the research students, and some professors also. The inform to for the research project, they required the information, and that piece of information we give through our library services. Value added resources. Value added services means what? Value added means within fraction of second, within minimum time, and giving optimum information resources, required information resources, that is value added services. That may be online, that may be offline. Literature search, document delivery. Literature search what? How to search the literature available in our institution, in our academic library, or anywhere on the net. This search, there are various metadata formats, and using that metadata formats, you give the this literature search service. Then document delivery service. If the research or professors are not ready to come and visit to the library, they have no time. If then we give the document delivery at his or her own home, at his or own department. This is the document delivery service. Using the ICT, there is no need of library staff. Using barcodes and using ICT, we can get the document delivery service by this information and communication technology also. Indexing and abstracting. Indexing and abstracting means what? Indexing means there is a content page, there are titles, authors, publishers. These are the indexes, indexing page. And abstracting means, the abstract means extracted amount of information in that particular resource, in that particular article. Extracted, abstracted information which we need to place with our students, our researchers, or our users. And if they are interested in that particular subject or in that particular information resources, they can ask for that information resources. This is the indexing and abstracting service. Then information analysis, that I have told in selective dissemination of information. Information analysis, which information, cut off information, piece of information, and the interest of our research group, that should be matched information, published information have been analyzed and given to the users. And last one, reprography. If the student, user, or any professor want to copy that information resources, then there should be the reprographic service, Xerox service. And Xerox need only not a reprography. We can copy that information in your e-form also, because we can give that information in their pen drives, on email also. And if they want hard copy, then the information may be Xeroxed copy, and Xerox copy may be given to the user. There is no violation of copyright if you given piece of that information resource to our users, because they are just using for their educational academic purpose only. That's why it's admissible. There is no violation of copyright, is it? Then how the application of ICT in library services. There is catalog. All of us because you are academicians, you are professor, all of us know what is the catalog. In when you enter in the library, there is catalog cabinets. In the form of catalog, there is metadata information about the author, title, publisher, and year of publication. All this information is pasted on that card, and card is filed in that cabinet, and that has been arranged by the name of author, surname of author, or subject catalog, means according to the subjects and all these things. These catalogs now, using information and communication technology, we can share our catalog. How we can share? Because you are using the software. Now you are using the software to make the database, to make the better metadata, and our catalog is on open source, open for all. When we paste our OPAC to on web, then it's accessible to anyone, isn't it? If there is no need to duplicate that information in my library also, in another any library also, because one has given efforts to make that database, to make that metadata, then there is no need to duplicate the service. Therefore, there is a provision of share catalog. Means, for example, myself is going to catalog the document, or creating the metadata information of science and technology. Some another librarian is going to provide the metadata about the literature, English literature. Some who is going to Marathi literature, who is social sciences, who is all these things, engineering college, and these all metadata, packages of information, we are going to share each other. That's the share catalog. Then union catalog means there is no need to share also. There is union catalog, like the information, InflibNet is going to provide the information throughout the nation, like that. One place, at that place, only the cataloging or metadata is going to open and created and provided all the users, all the libraries. There is no need to create another metadata for each and every, because using ICT, what we are going to do, we are saving the manpower, we are saving the money, we are saving the time. That's the use of ICT in library services. Web OPAC, what I have told now. Interlibrary loan, it was firstly, interlibrary loan was also in traditional library, also in using this ICT in library. Now interlibrary loan is in the form of e-resources. At that time, that was the loan, particularly the hard books or hard copies of the books or in journals. We are going to interlibrary loans. A referral service, same, using technology. We are giving to what have I told you, referral service means what? Giving the place of information where it shall be available. That place we are going to communicate to our users. That is a referral service. Means we are going to provide the metadata or the place of information where it is available. That's the referral service. Electronic mail, by mail, the piece of information we are providing to our users, isn't it? Bulletin boards, cash and SDI. Cash and SDI, what I have told you, in traditional library also, in using application of ICT, we are enriching these services. Then what have changes have been take place in library services? In traditional environment, there was reading of books, reading of newspapers, reading of periodicals, reading of journals. Now, browsing. We are going to e-library. We are going to e-library and just browsing the information, because information available in library is also packaged in the repository in the e-form and kept in on our server, and giving the LAN connection. All the information is available on the our PCs, computers. and just you are going and browsing that information. In traditional libraries, ordering, billing, and invoicing are there. Now it's e-commerce. For example, if you are going to purchase any document or any book from Flipkart, there is a just we are going to pay the amount by your mobile phone and acquiring the book cash on delivery and acquiring the book. That is the e-commerce. uh, in traditional library there was writing, reading as well as writing poem, writing article, writing anything, isn't it? Writing book. Now there is web publishing. In traditional library there was card catalog. Now there is opaque, there is metadata. Using computers, you are going to search the information. In traditional library, that is there was document delivery. Now using the ICT in electronic environment, there are scanned images, printers, attachments. Means scanned images, just taking our phone, scanning the document, and giving that information or communicating that information to the particular user. Then if there is no scan, then we are going to print that document and giving that print to our user. Then if the information is any PDF form, then we are going to attach that PDF and delivering to our user is the change in library services. In traditional environment, there was interlibrary loan. Now there is consortia. Consortia, what I have told you, consortia means sharing of money and sharing of resources. Literature search. Now there is CD-ROM databases. Now CD-ROM databases are also going obsolete, means going to outdated. Now there is internet, resource sharing. Now there is networking. There was classification. There was the volumes of decimal classification or any Dr. S.R. Ranganatha's classification. And if new arrivals come to the library, we are going to check the all these documents where what is the classification number of that particular document. But now there is no need to classify the document because there is subject directories and subject gateways are available using the ICT in electronic environment. In traditional library, there was indexing system. Now there are search strategies. There are Boolean operators, and using that operators, we just search this and this or this and this. All these Boolean operators, you can search the keywords on the browser. We can search on the internet or available directories or on available databases of particular library. Just we are going to search the keywords what we want to search. This is the own library website. I am giving an example of the college library which is at very remote place in Nashik district. Very remote place. But the librarian has created the website. And all the information he has put on that website. This is the website of Surgana College, Arts and Science and Commerce College, Surgana. And very nicely he has created the website. See, all the information is available here, isn't it? What I told you, enlist है, career opportunities है बच्चों के लिए, students के लिए, then exam के लिए कुछ databases है उनके पास. And this one FAQ है, अगर आपको कुछ question पूछना है तो there is FAQ also. Very nicely he has, that's why I have given the example because it's placed at very remote place. He has given the barcode, just scan the barcode online databases are available for the students. Students can go through this barcode he has given, QR code he has given. Just scan the document from your scanner or from your mobile phone also, and get the information with that. This is the mobile app. These examples I have given from the Mohekar Mahavidyalaya Kalam, which is also at the taluka place, not remote, but taluka place. And there is a mobile app, MOPAC, means the database or metadata of that particular library is on your mobile. No need to go to the library and search through their OPAC and search through their computers available in the library. No need. In your mobile phone, you can search the document which is available in library or not. And in this mobile app, डैशबोर्ड, सर्च बुक्स, इशू रिटर्न भी कर सकते हैं, न्यू अराइवल्स, व्हाट आर द न्यू अराइवल्स इन द लाइब्रेरी, रिजर्वेशन भी कर सकते हैं अपना डॉक्यूमेंट का, डिमांड अप्रूवल हो सकता है, स्टॉक वेरिफिकेशन भी हो सकता है, लाइब्रेरियंस का ब्लॉग है वहां पे राइट कर सकता है लाइब्रेरियन, एंड वीडियोज है, न्यूज है, and there is a facility to change the password because of privacy issue. Then now this is the main part of today's lecture. What are the competencies of librarians, for the library professionals required? Because there is a need for librarian to acquire the competencies to face the ICT environment, which is compelled to change our faces in the present era. There are professional competencies and personal competencies. प्रोफेशनल में क्या है, तो ट्रेडिशनल लाइब्रेरी में जो भी सर्विस देते थे, what you have given the services in traditional library, using the ICT we have to modify that services. Means how you are going to modify that services using ICT, you should be the competency of using the ICT. Means you should know, you should aware about internet, you should aware about navigations, about browsing, creating home page, content conversion, downloading information, downloading techniques, how are they, डिजिटल प्रिजर्वेशन कैसे करना है, स्टोरेज कहाँ पे करना है, वेब अथॉरिटिंग क्या है, मल्टीमीडिया इंडेक्सिंग क्या रहता है, कैटलॉगिंग क्या है, क्लासिफिकेशन क्या है, इन डिजिटल ईरा, इन डिजिटल डॉक्यूमेंट्स, ऑनलाइन ऑप्टिकल इंफॉर्मेशन, कन्वर्शन ऑफ प्रिंट मीडिया इनटू digital media, development of machine readable catalogs, etc. Means what? Means meaning of this is that if you are applying any outforce to our services, means using the information and communication technology, various softwares to browse the information, to content the database, to create the database, to search the database, to create the database, we should aware about that information and communication technology, because you can't borrow the competencies. We have to create in our professionalism, in our personalism, because we should aware about this. Then and then only you can enrich your services, otherwise no. Because all of us knows that subordinates do not know anything about this. Librarians should get the awareness of these factors and train to our subordinates, train to our staff, train to our users, and then only it's possible. That's why professional competencies are very essential factor to create, how to create homepage, how to create website, how to create digital information, how to digitize the information, how to create the repository, how to get the access of all these documents. You should know all these things. Then and then only it is possible to give the better services to our users. Librarians should ready to accept the challenges, to accept the changes, because this is the challenge, to read, to accept, to face. Day by day, there is a variation. Day by day, there is a differences and changing and changing era. Change is only permanent. If we accept the change, and then only you can go forward. Otherwise, we stop there. They should be resourceful, adaptive, flexible, and resistant. Also possesses excellent communication skills and update personal knowledge with the latest development in their field. They create awareness among the users, also make them accept the changes in the resources available in print and digital form. They provide quality service and opportunities both inside and outside the library. They have flexible and positive attitude in time of continuing change. अगर ऐसे बोलेंगे, हाँ, जहाँ जब before 31 years there was no computer. When I have joined the duty as a librarian, there was no any e-resources, then there was no any facility of digitization, there was no automation. But if I am not aware of that ICT, if I am not ready to accept the changes, then your traditional library will remain traditional only. If you are going to use the ICT and modernize your institution, your library, then we have to face the changes, accept the changes, learn the changes, and give the better services. What are the skills of librarian? ठीक है, ये आईसीटी यूज करेंगे, हमारे पास रिसोर्सेस भी है, आप देने वाले हैं. Then also there are some skills required of librarian. There are two types of skills: managerial skill and technical skill. Managerial skill में, what is the managerial skill? Because library is an institution, college is an institution. Library have its own staff. Library have its own users. All stakeholders of library: management, authority principal, subordinates our staff, users our users. Then in market there are publishers, our stakeholders, distributors, our stakeholders, members of society, our stakeholders. How to manage all stakeholders, how to satisfy each and everyone. If we are giving overlaid info services, then our staff going to disturb. If you are not giving the services, management ask us why you are not giving the services. That's why we have to balance all these things. And how to balance? There are skills, managerial skills, because you are good manager and you are going to manage all these things. That skills required to be a good librarian. Then what skills required technically? These are internet and www, World Wide Web, how to serve, how to browse, how to get information, how to check the authenticity of this information. Because if you are going to search the information, the ample number of amount of information is coming on your desktop, but which is not useful for us. I will give you one example of students studying in 12th class. They need some some information. They come and see. They are searching the information. If they don't get proper information, they are just searching. And after some 1 hour passed the time, and he aware about the, he forgotten what he wants to search, because information what he want to search, there are number of information which is not exact information he or she needs, and only browsing and browsing. There is a need of librarian, because to check the authenticity of information, to check the authority of information, to check the reliability of the information, to check the amount of information, and to check the what exact his or her user want to search or browse the information. There is a library staff to give the supportive services, and that's why he or she needs the technical skill to serve or to check or to browse the internet. Same also multimedia and digital media processing, because suppose, for example, in my library, there is a rare book which is not available anywhere in market, also in any library. And fortunately, I would like to tell or share with you, there is number of rare books which are available in my library, which are not available in university library also, or any other. For example, I can give you the volumes of flora, rare books of mathematics, all these things. If the book is available, but we are not giving or issuing that book outside of the library, because its cost or its price or its value is very much high, because it's not available anywhere. It's not in counted in money form. That's why we are not giving outside. So that should be digitized and make it in the form of e-resources. And that's why you know need to how that information should be digitized. What resources are available in our library, what are required for digitize, what softwares are required to digitize the information, what hardwares are required to digitize the information, how that information make too convenient for use. And that knowledge should be with our librarian. This is example of my library, digital library. This is for staff member, and how I'm giving the services through this WhatsApp group. I have created that group in 2018. I have created, and from that I'm giving the services to our users. This one is the library portal and library website. I have given the examples of various colleges, because some are example from remote place, some from taluka place, some are from district place, from Sambhajinagar itself. This is the knowledge blog, knowledge hub, online books, and all is available. How the blog writing, how the references I have given. Then internet and www, surfing, browsing, and filtering skills. Skills in retrieving accessing required digital documents in time. Skills in searching network databases in number of digital resources and websites. Skills in increasing home pages, content conversion, downloading the techniques, and skills in web publishing and electronic publishing. Skills in digital preservation and storage techniques. If you are going to digitize the documents, if there are number of documents digitized and kept on just on any device, then how can we access that digitized documents? Then there is also a skill required using ICT, using network, using internet. How? That is the creation of metadata of particular document. Then digital and multimedia. Digital multimedia indexing, image processing, interactive digital communications and visualization. Cataloging and classification of digital document. What have digitized our document, that also classified, that should also cataloged, and metadata should be open for that particular digital document also. Searching and retrieving of text, images and other multimedia objects. Speech recognition, image visualization, technologies, conferencing techniques, including teleconferencing. Digital and online information systems. Development of digital information sources, digitization of print collection, contemporary competency of managed CD-ROM database, and development of machine readable catalog and development of databases. This is the digital information. Then digital and online information systems. Internal network, external network, internal network, personal network. For example, our mobile network. Project terms and competency groups, internal digital knowledge resource, and intranet. Intranet means what? If in Saraswati Bhuvan Education Society, there are a number of departments are there, and that departments are connected to intranet, not internet. Through intranet, that we call intranet. Extra network. External network, external knowledge resource, external knowledge of networks and extranets. Means that are not in our premises. There is a external knowledge of system. Now, what is the role of knowledge processor? Knowledge processor means who? Knowledge processor means librarian. Role, what is the role of manager or role of processor? Researcher. He is researcher because he are going to research the information. He is facilitator. He is giving the facility to our user. Information searcher. Searching the information, browsing the network, browsing the information, giving the information to our user. User trainer. Not only giving searching the information, how to search, that train has to be given to the users. That is user trainer. Staff trainer means subordinate. There should be a training for our subordinate also. He is knowledge manager. He is data miner. Data miner means data in the form of one, converting in other form. Data miner. Translator means if the data information is available in one language, that should be if the user want to that information in another language, then librarian or facilitator or processor should convert that in that particular language and provide the, to the user. That translator and budget designer. How? Because in coming year, he should be visionary. In coming year, what should be, or what should our budget, and how we require to face the challenges coming in upcoming years, that we have to decide and design the budget. So he is also the budget designer. Changing role of librarian. OPAC is there. From traditional catalog, there is OPAC, document delivery service, reference service using ICT, circulation service using any software or information communication technology, acquisition of e-journals through consortia, what I have told you, open JGate consortiums, open जो भी consortium, उसका भी awareness our librarian को होना चाहिए to get the better service to our users. Then web search facilities, assistance to the researchers. Librarians should change their role to give the information, assistant to the researchers, information services through emails, library websites, library web OPACs. We are giving to the information to our users. Challenges and conflicts. ये सब करते समय what challenges we are going to face? Future of copyright on the internet, because you are just going browsing, taking the information, we don't citing to any information. There is the violation of copyright. तो फ्यूचर, ये कॉपीराइट का फ्यूचर क्या होगा, एक चैलेंज है अपने पास अपने लाइब्रेरी प्रोफेशन के लिए. Future of libraries and librarians. Is there a need of library or is there a need of librarian? Is a question mark, big question. There should be a way, a different platform to discuss all these things. Cyber terrorism, information technology is also a challenge, because there is a number of publicans coming over and just selecting, just browsing, cutting the information. This is also a challenge. Web of deceit, making a resource technologically accessible does not necessarily make it intellectually accessible. आप सर्च करते हैं इंफॉर्मेशन, लेकिन जो इंफॉर्मेशन सामने आती है, कैन यू get the value of that information? Can you get the proper information? Can you think about the reliability of that information? No, because just coming, searching, getting, taking and using that information. But we are losing the information, you are losing the value of that information. There is not intellectually accessible, and that this is the challenge. That is the conflicts. Responsibility of the authenticity of the information on net. कौन ले रहा है इसकी responsibility? जो है information librarian is just going to and cutting the information, giving from the open resources available on the net. Who is going to take the responsibility of authenticity? Preservation of archive or archiving the digital information is also a challenge. Introduction of new technology can reduce quality of life. These are challenge or conflicts of using the ICT. Free services to free-based services. Librarians merely are spending institutions. These are the challenges. Then what is the conclusion? To design the budget as per IT services, to interact with managerial bodies for solve the information needs, to arrange the staff training programs and user training programs, to improve their technical knowledge, and to train the staff for how to interact with the users to satisfy their information needs and do not threat with them. Why? Because maybe there are conflicts, maybe there are challenges. We have to face that challenges. Then to dialogue with library staff members and give their opinions for overall library improvements, to read regularly technically journals of the library science, information technology, to upgrade our knowledge, isn't it? And to change mentality and absorb the new technology, and to improve as a believable person. These conclusions are to avoid the threats of challenges, to cope up the gap of that technology and traditional library, and to be a best librarian, to give the best services is our motto, is our aim, is our objective. And that's why in that path, if there are some challenges, we have to take that challenge, and we have to convert that challenge into the opportunity, because ICT may be the challenge, but if you take ICT as an opportunity, then we can, using that ICT, we can enrich our services, and you can give the quality services to our user. And that's all. Thank you very much. And this is the break time, I think. Over to you, organizer. Over to you, organizer. Thank you very much. There is a break of 15 minutes. Is it? Is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
We will meet after 15 minutes. Okay, ka?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for listening patiently. Hello. Hello, everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Should we start?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We should start now. Second session. In this
Yes, ma'am.
session, yes, we are going to start. एक रिव्यू करते हैं पहले पहले सेशन में क्या करें तो how information and communication technology is giving impact on society, giving impact of higher education, giving impact on academicians, researchers, and academic libraries. And with the help of technology, how we can enrich our services, our teaching, and how the information and communication technology is useful in higher education to achieve the goals or mottos of national education policy that have been seen in our previous lecture. Now, this is the technical. I don't know whether how many students are from our profession, but I are you getting bored? This is very technically. That's why if you want to, um, uh, you don't want to any technical information in depth, I can give you in a brief manner also. Is it? That's why I'm asking you, are you getting bored? You are available here or only you have opened the device and kept.
No, ma'am, no. We are there, ma'am. We are there.
Yes, because in this information era, there is need to achieve all these techniques, friends. Remember, because it's essential factor to be alive in our profession, not in library profession, in your teaching profession also, because the searching strategies will keep you alive in our profession. And ICT is compelling to all of us because in last 5 years we are seeing how much transaction transmissions are going to happen in our profession. That's why we should you should be aware of all these things, isn't it? That's why you keep the patience. And next session is we come in first session up to the digitization, means traditional library to electronic library, traditional resources to electronic resources, and how the electronics resources are created by digitizing the available hard resources, isn't it? Now in this session, this second session, we are going to see how these, what are the techniques and tools available and utilized to digitize the library, to preserve the digital documents, and all these things we are going to see in this session. So be prepared. We will see one by one. I will sharing my screen. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Sorry for interrupt. This is the flow of second presentation. Introduction of traditional method. Topic is a study of digital resource preservation tools and techniques to preserve the digital resources. Which tools should be taken into consideration, and what are the techniques to digitize the document. This is the flow of presentation. Traditional method, knowledge preservation की क्या है, current trends of knowledge preservation, introduction, digital resources preservation कैसे करना है, objectives of the presentation, digital resources preservation techniques क्या है, digital resources preservation कैसे करना है, tools कौन से select करने हैं, और usage of digital resources preservation tools with example we will see. एंड लास्ट में क्या देखेंगे, चैलेंजेस क्या है डिजिटल रिसोर्सेस प्रिजर्वेशन में, एंड आखिरी में आप सम अप करेंगे. सी फ्रेंड्स, you are teacher, you are giving to online lectures, and you are preserving that lectures also. Then these techniques may be useful for you also, and you are going to use the library, and for that also these techniques you will be useful for that. What were the traditional methods of knowledge preservations before Christ? 3000 BC and earlier, there was stone for preservation. Stone is very strong, and carving on that survives thousands of years, giving us insights into ancient times. स्टोन पे ये इंफॉर्मेशन प्रिजर्व करके रखते थे, बट winds, water and weather can wear them down over the time. पर ये जो एनवायरमेंट है, ये जो नेचर है, उसकी वजह से ये डिस्ट्रॉय हो सकता था, होता था. तो जननी ही संशोधनाची गरज ही संशोधनाची जननी म्हणतो आपण तसं. If there is some problem, then some invention, new invention comes up like that. After this, there were clay tablets. Since 3000 to 500 BC, before Christ, preservation of the information was on clay tablets. Clay tablets, but clay tablet, when we fires that tablet, destroyed ancient buildings, often baked clay tablets. And after fire, clay tablets became stronger, and many have survived, giving us valuable information about early writing and administration. This picture given in this PPT of clay tablets. After that, 3rd millennium BC to 1st millennium BC, see, copper plates were there for preservation purpose. There was copper plates. Copper lasts long time, but can corrode if not stored properly. अच्छी तरह से अगर प्रिजर्व नहीं किया तो वो खराब हो जाता है, गन चढ़ जाता है उसको. These plates are important for understanding historical and ownership and governance of South India. पहले स्टोन, बाद में क्ले टैबलेट्स, बाद में कॉपर प्लेट्स, और उसके बाद उसके बाद पेपैरस, भुजपत्र बोलते हैं उसको। दिस पेपैरस मेड फ्रॉम दी प्लांट्स, एक कागज का जैसा ही है, उसके ऊपर इंफॉर्मेशन प्रिजर्व करने का तरीका सामने आ गया। पेपैरस लास्ट्स वेल इन ड्राई प्लेस लाइक इजिप्ट्स deserts but gets damaged by moisturing or handling. Surviving pieces give us insights into ancient literature and life. ये भी जहां पे मॉइस्चराइज नहीं है वहां पे ये ठीक है, लेकिन जहां पे मॉइस्चराइज है वहां पे ये ठीक नहीं है। सो इन दिस presentation we are going to discuss the points. Digital preservation ensures long-term access to digital resources. We will address the challenges like technological obsolescence and data growth. Also, the essentials for libraries to maintain cultural heritage. All these points we are going to discuss, because preserving digital asset is a cornerstone of modern library science, isn't it? That's why after that, what came into there were parchment and vellum. 200 BC, जिसको मिडल एज तक यही चलता रहा, जिसको हम बोलते हैं चर्म पत्र। फिगर जो दिखाई गई है ऊपर की ओर, वो है चर्म पत्र की, दिस वन। Parchment lasts over 1,000 years if kept dry and stable, but moisture or heat can make it brittle or crack, isn't it? Famous example includes, कुछ examples दिए हुए हैं, केल्ट है, मैग्ना कार्टा है, ये जो है तो उसके examples है, जिसकी इंफॉर्मेशन ये पर्चमेंट में लिखी गई थी। वो एग्जांपल्स है। उसके बाद क्या आया, इन्वेंशन किसका हुआ, उसके बाद इन्वेंशन हुआ पेपर का। 100 years सी एंड अब तक प्रेजेंट, आज तक भी तो आप पेपर का यूज इंफॉर्मेशन लिखने के लिए, प्रिजर्व करने के लिए करते हैं। पेपर फॉर प्रिजर्वेशन, पेपर नीड्स कूल, ड्राई स्टोरेज and acid-free material to last. Many old papers are now digitized to keep them safe. बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल्स है यहाँ पे जो दिया है, गटेनबर्ग बाइबल का, कंसोर्शियम ऑफ यूनाइटेड स्टेट का एग्जाम्पल दिया हुआ है। मैं मेरे खुद की लाइब्रेरी का एग्जाम्पल देना चाहूंगी। आफ्टर सम डिकेड्स देयर वाज अ न्यूज़पेपर नेम्ड मराठवाड़ा न्यूज़पेपर वाज देयर, and in I think in 1999 it was closed, and there were number of papers from starting to ending. There was papers. Our library taken the initiative to digitize all the issues of Marathwada Dainik, and these are kept in our library, which are available in soft copy, also in the hard form, which has been kept in a well mannered to see or to use by the researcher. Many researchers of social sciences came visit. If you have time or if you have need, you can visit to our library. There are a number of issues of Marathwada Dainik available in digital form, also in hard form also. These are the some examples. Then what happened after paper? In 20th century, there is magnetic media to preserve the knowledge, to preserve the material, to preserve the information. What are the preservation challenges? Magnetic media degrade over time and need climate control storage. Old formats become unreadable due to outdating technology. So data must be moved to new system regularly. Means what? Nowadays, when we go to the market and purchase the computer, PC, desktop, is there any CD drive? No, there is no CD drive. Before 1 decade, there was the hardwares. At that time, there was CD drive. Means that there were magnetic media preservations were there, and that to use that material, there was the uh, device or computer device. Then optical media in 20th century, compact disc CDs, which are using day by day, CDs, DVDs, CD-ROM databases, CD write only CDs, read only CDs, all this. And we are aware about the pen drives. Pen drive is a common term for USB flash drive, which is smallest portable data storage, and number of data we can preserve in pen drive. Storage device that connects to a computer through USB port. It uses flash memory to store and transfer files, making it to a convenient way to move data between devices, backup files, or even boot a computer. If we are going to computerize our library and database has been created, if some inconvenient circumstances happens and our database or there is damage for the software, that's why we have to take the backup day by day, day to day, and we are taking the backup on pen drive, is it? And now the term come that we are also aware about that cloud server, because in पेन ड्राइव में भी नहीं बैटरी अपनी इंफॉर्मेशन, देन हार्ड डिस्क में भी नहीं बैटरी, तो क्या करना? हार्ड डिस्क जो है, हार्ड डिस्क में कितना स्टोरेज रहता है, उसमें भी नहीं फोटो बैठ रहे, तो क्या करना? अब क्लाउड ले रहे, परचेस कर रहे. क्लाउड सर्वर इज अ virtual server rather than a physical server that runs in a cloud computing environment. Multiple users can access it remotely via the internet easily. A cloud server performs almost all the tasks that a traditional or physical server can do, including processing भी कर सकते हैं, storage भी कर सकते हैं, और application भी कर सकते हैं cloud server पे. लेकिन उसका चार्ज देना पड़ता, ईयरली कुछ पैसे देने पड़ते, सब्सक्राइब करना पड़ता, लेकिन huge amount of information or database can preserve on cloud server. Now, digital resource preservation के बारे में कुछ बोलेंगे. What is the digital resources and how it should be preserved? Digital preservation is a cornerstone of modern library science. क्यों करना है डिजिटल रिसोर्स का प्रिजर्वेशन, क्यों करना है, डिजिटाइजेशन क्यों करना है? As a cultural heritage institutions increasingly rely on digital formats to store information ranging from manuscripts and photographs to website and multimedia. Effective preservation techniques and tools have become essential to maintain the integrity, authenticity, and accessibility of these resources for future generation. क्यों करना है डिजिटल रिसोर्सेज का प्रिजर्वेशन? ये क्रिएट क्यों करने हैं? बिकॉज देयर इज ए कॉम्पैक्टनेस and make it available through net, internet, intranet, or extranet. That's why we have to digitize the document. And the paper may be destroyed in moisturized climate or may be destroyed after some years. That's why to preserve the history, to preserve the heritage, we have to digitize the document and keep it in our library. बट इफेक्टिव प्रिजर्वेशन के टेक्निक्स एंड टूल्स जो है वो हमें देखना है, बिकॉज वी हैव टू मेंटेन द इंटीग्रिटी, ऑथेंटिसिटी एंड एक्सेसिबिलिटी ऑफ दिस रिसोर्सेज एंड इट प्रिजर्व फॉर द नेक्स्ट जनरेशन, कमिंग जनरेशन, टू नो द हिस्ट्री एंड जियोग्राफी ऑफ आवर नेशन एंड वर्ल्ड. Digital preservation techniques such as migration, emulation, and metadata standardization address these issues by ensuring the digital objects remain usable and interruptible over time. These are the techniques. Which techniques? Migration, data migration from one form to another form. Emulation, data emulation, and or metadata standardization. These are the techniques we have to use to preserve the digital databases. And what are the tools? Tools like ePrint, DSpace, Greenstone have emerged to support these efforts, offering robust frameworks for managing, storing, and securing डिजिटल कलेक्शन. तो ये जो है, ये जो टूल्स है, ई प्रिंट है, डी स्पेस है, रिपोजिटरी तैयार करनी है, ग्रीनस्टोन का सॉफ्टवेयर यूज करना है. दीज आर द टूल्स टू प्रिजर्व द डिजिटल डेटाबेसेस. These solutions not only protect against data loss, but also align with principles of interoperability and compliances with international standards such as OAIS reference model, Open Archival Information System. Means what? In my library, I am doing the digitization, I am using the tool, I am using the technique of my own. Other university library, the librarian using their own techniques, their own tools. Then what will happen? There will no any match of the digital databases. That's why to maintain the uniformity, to access the digital information sources throughout the world, we have to maintain the standardization. वही स्टैंडर्ड पे अगर आप डेटाबेस प्रिजर्व करेंगे, वही डेटाबेस अपने टूल्स और टेक्निक्स प्रिजर्व करेंगे, एक स्टैंडर्ड मेथड अपन अप्लाई करेंगे, एसओपी अपन अप्लाई करेंगे, तो क्या होगा? यूनिफॉर्मिटी मेंटेन हो जाएगी. और दैट्स व्हाई OAIS रेफरेंस मॉडल शुड बी applicable to preserve the online database or digital resources preservation. This reference model used in digital archiving and preservation of information. What are the objectives? Objectives of presentation: to identify and analyze the core digital preservation techniques. कौन से है techniques वो देखना है. उसमें मुख्यतः माइग्रेशन जो है, इमुलेशन जो है, उसका डिटेल में अपन को अभ्यास करना है. इनकैल्पेशन है, मेटा डेटा स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन है, एंड वेब आर्काइव्स. ऑल दीज थिंग्स वी हैव टू सी. देन टू स्टडी वाइडली यूज्ड डिजिटल प्रिजर्वेशन टूल्स देखने हैं. टेक्निक्स अपने देखे, विशेष टूल भी देखना है। टूल्स डिस्पेस है, ई प्रिंट्स है, ग्रीनस्टोन है, लोकस है, वेब रिकॉर्डर है, डबलिंग कोर, ऑल दिस स्टैंडर्डाइज्ड मेथड्स है। ओएआईएस एंड डबलिंग कोर, ऑल दिस दी इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड्स है। उसका यूज करते हुए, ये टेक्निक्स का यूज, टूल्स का यूज करते हुए हमें देखना है कि कैसे प्रिजर्व करना है अपनी डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी। देन दूसरा और एक ऑब्जेक्टिव, to access the challenges faced by Indian libraries and institutions. And last one, to promote awareness and best practices by offering recommendations for improving digital preservation strategies through robot policy formulation, capacity building, and adoption of interoperable standards. What is doubling core? Doubling core is a digital library card catalog. Doubling core is the कैटलॉग है। डबलिंग कोर का अर्थ होता है डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी का कार्ड कैटलॉग है, और उसका स्टैंडर्ड जो है वो मेंटेन करके हम उसका प्रिपरेशन करते हैं और प्रिजर्वेशन करते हैं। देन दीज टेक्निक्स वी हैव सीन, डिजिटल प्रिजर्वेशन के टेक्निक्स जो है, माइग्रेशन जो है, इमुलेशन जो है, all these techniques we are going to one by one we will see. पहले देखेंगे डिजिटल प्रिजर्वेशन टेक्निक्स का। माइग्रेशन जो है, माइग्रेशन क्या रहता है? माइग्रेशन इन्वॉल्व्स कन्वर्टिंग प्रिंट टू डिजिटल डॉक्यूमेंट बाय स्कैनिंग डॉक्यूमेंट एंड डिजिटल ऑब्जेक्ट्स फ्रॉम आउटडेटेड फाइल फॉर्मेट्स और सिस्टम्स टू करंट वाइडली सपोर्टेड फॉर्मेट्स टू मेंटेन एक्सेसिबिलिटी। प्रिंट डॉक्यूमेंट जो है वो माइग्रेट करने हैं किसमें? डिजिटल फॉर्मेट में। वन फॉर्म टू अनदर फॉर्म में माइग्रेट करना है, स्थलांतरित करना है, प्रिंट से लेकर डिजिटल में। क्यों करना है ये? क्योंकि ये जो डिजिटल इंफॉर्मेशन है, ये जो प्रिंटेड इंफॉर्मेशन है, तो वो इंफॉर्मेशन एक्सेसिबल होने के लिए, एक्सेसिबिलिटी मेंटेन करने के लिए वो फॉर्मेट चेंज करना है। इन लाइब्रेरीज this process is applied to resources such as digitize. कशा आपण लायब्ररी मध्ये, in library which form of resources we are going to digitize? manuscripts है, e-books है, और databases such as PDF format, एक format converting to another file. This is the migration of data from one format to another format. The primary advantage of migration काय आहे? is that to maintain usability of digital material. इसका यूज जो है वो बढ़ाने के लिए, यूज जो है इंक्रीज करने के लिए ये जरूरी है एक फॉर्म में से डेटा माइग्रेट दूसरे फॉर्म में करना। और ये हो गया डेटा माइग्रेशन का एक टेक्निक। लेकिन ये टेक्निक जो है डेटा माइग्रेशन का, उसमें क्या है प्रोज और क्या है कॉन्स? प्रोज यह है कि मेंटेन्स यूजेबिलिटी, यूजेबिलिटी क्या होती है? मेंटेन होती है इसमें। लेकिन कॉन्स क्या है? रिस्क ऑफ डेटा लॉस, इसमें डेटा लॉस होने की संभावना रहती है करके अपने दूसरा फॉर्म भी दूसरा टेक्निक भी देखना पड़ेगा। दूसरा जो है इमुलेशन। इमुलेशन क्या है? Emulation replicates the original software or hardware environment to access digital objects in their native format, preserving both functionality and authenticity. मीन्स क्या करना है? जैसा डेटा है वैसा ही डेटा माइग्रेट करना है दूसरे फॉर्म में, दूसरे बोले तो डिवाइस में। फॉर एग्जाम्पल CD-ROM डेटाबेस। CD-ROM डेटाबेस हम पेन ड्राइव में कर सकते हैं, CD-ROM डेटाबेस अब हार्ड डिस्क में कर सकते हैं। तो इन लाइब्रेरीज इम्यूलेशन इज पर्टिकुलरली वैल्यूएबल फॉर मेंटेनिंग एक्सेस टू लीगेसी digital collections such as old CD-ROM databases or early digital archives that depend on specific, often obsolete software environment. तो इसका एडवांटेज क्या है? एडवांटेज ऑफ इम्यूलेशन is its ability to preserve the original user experiences and ensure historical accuracy. इसका प्रोज क्या है? It preserves authenticity. और कॉन्स क्या है? टेक्निकली कॉम्प्लेक्स है। ये टेक्निक जो है वो टेक्निकली कॉम्प्लेक्स टेक्निक है। तो फिर दूसरा देखना पड़ेगा। तो आते हैं दूसरी ओर, मेटा डेटा स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन। ये है तीसरा टेक्निक। क्रिएटिंग एंड मेंटेनिंग डिटेल्ड मेटा डेटा सच एज, वेगवेगळे अलग अलग डेटाबेसेस दिए हुए हैं, वो डेटाबेस बनाने के लिए मेटा डेटा स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन ये एक टेक्निक है। मेटा डेटा इज यूज्ड टू ट्रैक इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन लाइक फाइल फॉर्मेट, provenance and access rights for digital resources such as journals or institutional repository. The use of metadata enhances discoverability and ensures the long-term interdisciplinarity of digital content. इसका प्रोज क्या है? Enhances discoverability. ये इसका प्रोज है। लेकिन कॉन्स क्या है? ये भी तो टेक्निकली कॉम्प्लेक्स ही है। तो फिर क्या करते हैं? दूसरा एक देखते हैं। दूसरा देखेंगे, redundancy and distributed storage. Storing multiple copies of digital object across geographically. एग्जाम्पल इसका है लोकस। इसमें प्रोज क्या है? इट मिटिगेट्स द डेटा लॉस। बट कॉइंस क्या है इसके? स्टोरेज कॉस्ट जो है इसका हाई है। लॉट्स ऑफ कॉपीज कीप स्टफ सेफ। इसके माध्यम से नंबर ऑफ कॉपीज आप सेफ रख सकते हैं, डिजिटाइज कलेक्शन में रख सकते हैं, लेकिन स्टोरेज का जो कॉस्ट है ये उसका हाई हो सकता। तो फिर देखते हैं दूसरा, इनकैप्सुलेशन। ये क्या है? डेटा बंडल है। पैकेजिंग द डिजिटल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स विद देयर मेटा डेटा एंड डिपेंडेंसीज। ये डेटे के बंडल बनाते हैं और रखते हैं, प्रिजर्व करते हैं। इसका एग्जाम्पल जो है तो डिजिटल वीडियो आर्काइव अलोंग विथ इट्स प्लेयर डॉक्यूमेंटेशन टू सपोर्ट फ्यूचर एक्सेस एंड इंटरप्रिटेशन। तो इसका प्रोज क्या है? कॉम्प्रहेंसिव प्रिजर्वेशन है इसमें। लेकिन इसको क्या लगता है? स्टोरेज ज्यादा लगता है। इंक्रीज्ड स्टोरेज नीड्स ज्यादा लगता है। इसका स्टोरेज के लिए ज्यादा जगह लगती है, ज्यादा स्टोरेज इसके लिए लगता है। तो फिर क्या करना देखेंगे। दूसरा कौन सा डिजिटल प्रिजर्वेशन है? वो है वेब आर्काइविंग। इसमें क्या होता है? कैप्चरिंग एंड प्रिजर्विंग डायनामिक वेब कंटेंट। बोले तो आप क्या करते हैं? जो भी अपना इंफॉर्मेशन है अपने वेबसाइट पे दे देते हैं। वेबसाइट पे दे देंगे, वेबसाइट में रख देंगे। हाँ बोलेंगे हमारे पास जगह नहीं है, तो वेबसाइट पे तो मिल ही जाता। Library websites or online exhibits involves using tools like web recorder to ensure long-term access to ephemeral digital materials. Libraries apply this approach to archive their websites, digital exhibits, or open access repositories, maintaining records of online content. तो इसके लिए हमें स्पेस सब्सक्राइब करना पड़ता है, साइबर स्पेस। और वेबसाइट तैयार करके अपने वेबसाइट पे इंफॉर्मेशन प्रिजर्व कर सकते हैं। ये हो गया वेब आर्काइविंग। इसके प्रोसेस क्या है? प्रिजर्व इफेमेरल कंटेंट्स एंड कॉन्स क्या है? चैलेंजेस विथ डायनामिक कंटेंट। तो ये जो है टेक्निक्स, अलग अलग टेक्निक्स है। कुछ इसमें से कोई टेक्निक्स जो है उसके लिए कॉस्ट ज्यादा लगती है, कोई टेक्निक्स जो है उसके लिए स्टोरेज ज्यादा लगता है, कोई टेक्निक्स है जिसके लिए पैसा ज्यादा लगता है। लेकिन इसका यूज करना अपने लिए मैंडेटरी बन गया है, क्योंकि देयर इज एक्सप्लोजन ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन एंड वी आर not able to preserve these documents hard copies in our library, and that's why we are going to preserve in the digital form. And digital forms resources we have to preserve so as to access in future. Coming generation will use this information. That's why we have to preserve the digital information also. Now we are going to see the digital resources preservation के tools क्या है। टूल्स अपने देखे, उसमें से कुछ टूल्स का डिटेल में देखेंगे क्या है। ई रिसोर्सेज प्रिजर्वेशन टूल्स आर vital for library to protect and maintain long-term access to digital content such as e-books, electronic journal, databases, and multimedia collections. All these resources है जो ई रिसोर्सेस जिसको बोलते हैं, ई बुक्स है, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक जर्नल्स है, डेटाबेसेस है, मल्टीमीडिया कलेक्शन है, इसको प्रिजर्व करने के लिए जो टेक्निक अपने देखे हैं, वो टेक्निक का यूज करने के लिए अपन के कुछ टूल्स भी यूज करने पड़ते हैं। और ये जो टूल्स है, ये टूल्स हमें यूज करके ये प्रिजर्व करना है। There is many tools available in market, but we are going to discuss some commonly used e-resources preservation tools in library. For example, locus है, lots of copies keep stuff safe. For decentralization digital preservation, web recorder है, ये भी देखेंगे, dspace है, ये भी देखेंगे, eprint है, and greenstone है. These are the tools to manage institutional repositories. And with these tools, we can build up and preserve the features of our library, our collection. Greenstone for building digital libraries with multimedia support. And all these together tools जो है वो एम्पावर करते हैं लाइब्रेरीज को, सेफगार्ड करते हैं अपने डिजिटल हेरिटेज को, और सपोर्ट करते हैं रिसर्चर को टू एक्सेस द इंफॉर्मेशन रिसोर्सेस which are available in research form, which are available in digitized form to the researcher and for the public. पहले देखेंगे dspace क्या है। ये dspace ये जो है ओपन सोर्स डिजिटल रिपोजिटरी सॉफ्टवेयर है। ये सॉफ्टवेयर है ओपन टू एक्सेस, सबको ओपन है। लेकिन एक ही बात है कि वो कैसे यूज करना, इसके लिए ट्रेनिंग लगती, कैसे यूज करना ये dspace, और अपनी लाइब्रेरी, अपने इंस्टीट्यूशन के रिपोजिटरी कैसी तैयार करके सेव करना है, इसके लिए ये सॉफ्टवेयर है। ये जो है ओपन सोर्स सॉफ्टवेयर है। यूजिंग dspace we can create our institutional repository. In this repository we can keep the question papers, you can keep your notes, you can keep the syllabus, you can keep the photos, you can keep the lectures, everything you can keep in this repository using the open source digital software DSpace, which is developed jointly by MIT Libraries and HP Labs in 2002. DSpace has become one of the most widely adoptable डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी सॉल्यूशन ग्लोबली। ये जो सॉफ्टवेयर है इतना इजी है और इतना अच्छा है, each and every library is going to accept this DSpace repository and creating our own repository so as to access our digital library to our users. DSpace क्या है? ओपन सोर्स रिपोजिटरी है और ये किसके लिए है? स्कॉलरली कंटेंट के लिए रिपोजिटरी बनाने के लिए ये उपयुक्त है। इसके फीचर्स क्या है? इसके फीचर्स है डबलिंग कोर का वापर इस यूज किया हुआ है और इसमें ये सॉफ्टवेयर के साथ आप अपनी इंस्टीट्यूशनल की ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन की रिपोजिटरी बना सकते हैं। दूसरा जो है वो है ई प्रिंट। ये भी तो रिपोजिटरी सॉफ्टवेयर ही है, ई प्रिंट भी तो सॉफ्टवेयर ही है। ई प्रिंट इज एन ओपन सोर्स डिजिटल रिपोजिटरी सॉफ्टवेयर को किसने डेवलप किया? यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ साउथ यूके एंड फर्स्ट रिलीज इन 2000। कशासाठी क्यों किया ये? इट इज डिजाइन टू मैनेज, प्रिजर्व एंड disseminate digital content, particularly scholarly and scientific publications. E-print is widely used by academic institutions for building institutional repositories, open access archives, and research data repositories. क्यों क्या है? E-prints का यूज क्या है? widely used by academic institutions. इंस्टीट्यूशनल रिपोजिटरी बनाने के लिए जैसे अपन DSpace का सॉफ्टवेयर यूज किया वैसे ही ई प्रिंट का भी सॉफ्टवेयर यूज कर सकते हैं एंड इट्स अ फ्लेक्सिबल रिपोजिटरी फॉर पब्लिकेशंस। इसके फीचर का क्या है? इसकी फीचर है कस्टम मेटा डेटा। मेटा डेटा भी आप कस्टमाइज कर सकते हैं, फुल टेक्स्ट भी उसमें से सर्च कर सकते हैं। ये जो है इसके फीचर्स हैं। दूसरा टेक्निक देखेंगे, ग्रीन स्टोन। ग्रीन स्टोन ये भी तो सॉफ्टवेयर ही है। ग्रीन स्टोन इज ए ओपन सोर्स डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी सॉफ्टवेयर। न्यूजीलैंड डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी प्रोजेक्ट एट यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ वाइकोटा। It was first released in 1997 and is designed to build, distribute and manage digital library collection in a flexible and scalable way. Greenstone is widely used by libraries, museums, universities, and other institutions to provide access to diverse types of digital content. मल्टीमीडिया डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी सॉफ्टवेयर है ये और इसकी फीचर क्या है? मल्टीलिंगुअल है ये एंड हायरार्किकल कलेक्शंस के लिए बहुत ही अच्छा सॉफ्टवेयर है। ये जो है लोकस प्रोग्राम लॉट्स ऑफ कॉपीज कीप स्टफ सेफ। ये जो सॉफ्टवेयर है ये भी तो ओपन सोर्स डिजिटल प्रिजर्वेशन सॉफ्टवेयर सिस्टम है। स्टैनफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी लाइब्रेरीज ने ये डेवलप किया एंड टू एंश्योर द लॉन्ग टर्म प्रिजर्वेशन एंड एक्सेसिबिलिटी ऑफ डिजिटल कंटेंट। डिजिटल कंटेंट का वापर यूज जो है बहुत लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए प्रिजर्व करने के लिए ये किया हुआ है। लोकस डिसेंट्रलाइजेस प्रिजर्वेशन फॉर ई जर्नल्स एंड इसकी फीचर्स क्या है? पीयर टू पीयर एंड इंटीग्रिटी चेक्स। ये दो इसके मेन फीचर्स है। इसके बाद वेब रिकॉर्डर। Web recorder is a web archiving tool designed to capture and preserve dynamic interactive web content exactly as user experience it in their browsers developed by Rhizome web recorder allows users to create high fidelity browsable archives of websites including complex multimedia. हाई फाइडेलिटी एंड वेब आर्काइव, ये इसके मेन पॉइंट्स और फीचर्स इसके है। यूजर ड्रिवन कैप्चर्स, ये जो है अपने टूल्स देखे। अब देखेंगे वन बाय वन एग्जांपल। डी स्पेस का एग्जांपल क्या है? शोध गंगा। आपको शोध गंगा तो मालूम है, व्हाट इज शोध गंगा? शोध गंगा आप सबको मालूम है, क्योंकि शोध गंगा is a repository of Indian electronic thesis and dissertation maintained by InflipNet। InflipNet ने ये शोध गंगा शुरू किया है, लेकिन ये जो है अब शोध गंगा uses DSpace digital repository software as its core platform। शोध गंगा ने कौन सा प्लेटफॉर्म यूज किया है? ओपन सोर्स DSpace का। और ये जो है डिजिटल रिपोजिटरी, इनफ्लिपनेट ने इसको ये किया है थ्रू आउट वर्ल्ड और थ्रू आउट इंडिया। पूरे जो रिसर्च के थीसिस है, डिजर्टेशंस है, ये इसकी रिपोजिटरी मीन्स ये शोध गंगा। लेकिन इसको एक्सेस किसको दिया है? ये जो है तो यूनिवर्सिटी लाइब्रेरी को इसका एक्सेस है टू मैनेज, प्रिजर्व एंड प्रोवाइड seamless access to this vast and growing collection। शोध गंगा uses the DSpace digital repository means शोध गंगा ये एग्जांपल हो गया किसका? DSpace टेक टूल का। शोध गंगा रिपोजिटरी ने DSpace टूल का यूज करके किया हुआ है। और विद्यानिधि, हाँ एग्जांपल किसका है? ई प्रिंट का। ई प्रिंट सॉफ्टवेयर ओपन सोर्स सॉफ्टवेयर का यूज करके विद्यानिधि, ये जो रिपोजिटरी है, लाइब्रेरी है, डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी है, ये शुरू हो गई है। और इसमें क्या है? आर्काइविंग द डिसेमिनेटिंग इंडियन डॉक्टरल रिसर्च। रिसर्च के लिए ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट रिपोजिटरी है। इसका एग्जांपल ई प्रिंट का। ई प्रिंट ओपन सोर्स सॉफ्टवेयर टेक्निक और टूल यूज करके विद्यानिधि का निर्माण हुआ है। तीसरा एग्जांपल ग्रीनस्टोन का। ग्रीनस्टोन डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी ऑफ इंडिया मल्टीलिंगुअल हेरिटेज का है, IISc बेंगलोर का है ये, और ये डिजर्व्स दी कलेक्शंस। ग्रीनस्टोन का ये एग्जांपल है डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी ऑफ इंडिया। ग्रीनस्टोन ये जो सॉफ्टवेयर ओपन सोर्स सॉफ्टवेयर है, इसका यूज करते हुए ये लाइब्रेरी ने अपनी रिपोजिटरी बनाई हुई है। ये हुआ इसका एग्जांपल ग्रीनस्टोन का। दूसरा एग्जांपल देखते हैं, लोकस का एग्जांपल देखेंगे। लोकस का एग्जांपल नेशनल डिजिटल प्रिजर्वेशन प्रोग्राम। लोकस का जो एग्जांपल है वो क्या है? ई जर्नल प्रिजर्वेशन के लिए, ई जर्नल्स प्रिजर्वेशन के लिए ये उपयोगी है। और पायलट एट यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ हैदराबाद JNU, ये जो है तो इसके एग्जांपल्स है। लोकस का प्लेटफॉर्म का यूज करते हुए इन्होंने अपनी रिपोजिटरी, इनका डेटाबेस, नेशनल डिजिटल प्रिजर्वेशन प्रोग्राम, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी का जो है उन्होंने भी इसका, ये भी तो एक एग्जांपल हो सकता है इसका। अब देखते हैं वेब रिकॉर्डर। वेब रिकॉर्डर का एग्जांपल देखना है अपने। वेब रिकॉर्डर का नेशनल मिशन इन लाइब्रेरीज, वेब आर्काइव फॉर लाइब्रेरीज। नेशनल लाइब्रेरी ऑफ इंडिया जो है उसका डिजिटल एग्जिबिट्स का उन्होंने यूज किया है वेब रिकॉर्डर का। ये वेब रिकॉर्डर का एक एग्जांपल नेशनल लाइब्रेरी ऑफ इंडिया जो कलकत्ता में है, नेशनल लाइब्रेरी, उन्होंने वेब रिकॉर्डर का यूज करते हुए अपना रिपोजिटरी तैयार किए हुए है। ये होएगे हो ये है कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स, ये 5 जो महत्वपूर्ण टूल्स अपने देखे, तो उसके एग्जाम्पल्स अपने देखे कि ये ओपन सोर्स सॉफ्टवेयर किसने यूज कर किया और कौन सी लाइब्रेरी की रिपोजिटरी बनाई हुई है। अब देखते हैं चैलेंजेस। क्या चैलेंजेस है डिजिटल प्रिजर्वेशन के लिए? क्या चैलेंजेस है? पहला चैलेंज है टेक्नोलॉजिकल ऑब्सोलेंस। ये इसमें रैपिड चेंजेस इन हार्डवेयर एंड सॉफ्टवेयर रेंडर डिजिटल ऑब्जेक्ट्स inaccessible without proactive intervention. फॉर एग्जाम्पल सीडी रोम डेटाबेस अब ऑब्सोलेंस हो गया, सीडी रोम डेटाबेस आप यूज नहीं कर सकते। दूसरा चैलेंज है रिसोर्स कंस्ट्रेंट्स। इसमें क्या आता है? लिमिटेड बजट, बजट कम रहता है, एक्सपर्टाइज कम है अपने इंडिया में। ये जो है ये भी एक चैलेंज ही है कि बजट का कम है और टेक्निकल पर्सन का कम है। ये भी तो एक चैलेंज है। दूसरा है मेटा डेटा मैनेजमेंट। मेटा डेटा बोले तो डेटा ऑफ डेटा, डेटाबेस ऑफ डेटाबेस, मेटा डेटा। इसका मैनेजमेंट, एडिक्वेट मेटा डेटा कैन कॉम्प्रोमाइजेस द डिस्कवरेबिलिटी एंड ऑथेंटिसिटी ऑफ डिजिटल ऑब्जेक्ट्स। एंड लास्ट जो है ना वो है पॉलिसी गैप। पॉलिसी डेवलपमेंट जो है ना, द लैक ऑफ कॉम्प्रहेंसिव प्रिजर्वेशन पॉलिसीज। इसकी पॉलिसी फटाफट बनते नहीं, तो लैक ऑफ पॉलिसीज, पॉलिसी नहीं बनेंगे तो आप एक्सेस कैसे करेंगे? स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन नहीं करेंगे तो आप एक्सेस कैसे करेंगे? दिस इज ऑल्सो द चैलेंज बिफोर अस। देन क्या करेंगे? रिकमेंडेशन। चैलेंजेस जो है ना, तो रिकमेंडेशन है तो बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस का आप रिकमेंडेशन कर सकते हैं। रिकमेंडेशन क्या करेंगे? तो बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस, अडॉप्ट इंटरऑपरेबल स्टैंडर्ड्स। स्टैंडर्ड्स जैसे कि डबलिंग कोर, वो स्टैंडर्ड्स अगर आप यूज करेंगे तो ये चैलेंज आप ओवरकम कर सकते हैं। इन्वेस्ट इन स्टाफ ट्रेनिंग एंड कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग। अगर ये आप करेंगे, ये आप स्टाफ को ट्रेनिंग दे देंगे, कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग करेंगे, अपने सबऑर्डिनेट को सिखाएंगे, यूजर को सिखाएंगे, उनके ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम अरेंज करेंगे, तो ये अपन चैलेंजेस जो है वो ओवरकम कर सकते हैं। देन डेवलप दी प्रिजर्वेशन पॉलिसीज रेगुलर बेसिस पे और उसका ऑडिट करें। उसका वी हैव टू frame the policies, we have to regulate that policies, and we have to audit that policies. Then we can overcome the challenge. और क्या कर सकते हैं? We can foster interdisciplinary collaboration. अलग अलग जो लाइब्रेरीज है, IIT सेंटर्स है, इनको इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजीज है, आर्काइव्स है, taking hand in hand and collaborative work, interdisciplinary work, we can overcome the challenge before the digital preservation. Then come to the conclusion, come to the summing up. Digital preservation is critical for कल्चरल हेरिटेज। कल्चरल हेरिटेज के लिए ये जरूरी है डिजिटल प्रिजर्वेशन। देन कमिंग टू द समिंग अप, टेक्निक्स लाइक माइग्रेशन, humiliation and tools like locus, dspace are essential. This is one conclusion. Another conclusion, what? Indian libraries face challenges but show progress. For example, शोध गंगा जो है, विद्या निधि जो है, ये जो है ये इंडियन लाइब्रेरीज चैलेंजेस स्वीकारती है और उसमें से बेस्ट रिजल्ट दिखाती है। ये भी एक कंक्लूजन हो गया। इंडियन लाइब्रेरीज फेसेस challenges but show progress, and proactive strategies and collaboration are the keys of digital preservation. कौन से भी जो स्ट्रेटेजीज बनाने हो स्ट्रेटेजीज बनाओ और कोलैबोरेशन करे। जैसे इंफॉर्मेशन रिसोर्सेज के लिए कंसोर्शिया है, वैसे ही ये पॉलिसी डिसीजन के लिए कोलैबोरेशन जरूरी है। विथ कोलैबोरेशन we can proactive the strategies of digital preservation. And lastly, I would to say that digital preservation is a dynamic process for knowledge community, and it has no any alternative in this digital era. We have to face the challenges, and we have to face the challenges, but we have to accept these challenges and convert these challenges into the strengths, and face these challenges with positive attitude and preserve our heritage, our culture, our information for next generation, coming generation, to build the nation. Thank you very much. I am very much thankful to the director of this Mahajan madam, director, and respected Rafe sir, who is the assistant director of UGC MMTTC, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, for giving me an opportunity to share my views with all participants. And I am very much thankful to all of you for your patiently listening my lecture. Thank you very much. And over to the organizer and from my side. Thank you very much. If there is any question, the session is open to discuss the questions or queries.
Thank you, ma'am. Very good lecture. Hello.
Should I stop, ma'am? Is there any discussion points?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Should I stop?
Yes, yes. Sir, vote of thanks. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
May I give the vote of thanks, ma'am? Gaurav, sir.
Actually, is there any need to give the vote of thanks or maintain this formality?
Yes, ma'am.
It's okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes.
It's
No,
okay. No
it is
need.
just not a formality. It's a pleasure for me for giving the thanks for your such a wonderful lecture.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, all of you. On behalf of Babasaheb Ambedkar Maratha University, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, I take this opportunity to express our sincere gratitude for the valuable support and collaboration in organizing such faculty induction program in this lecture. In this lecture, Dr. Daya Patil ma'am is very giving very informative lecture. I am deeply thankful to estimated resource person for delivering insightful and thought-provoking lecture. This session has greatly enriched our understanding and will certainly contribute to our academic and professional goals. At the starting point, the ma'am has to explain the directory of open access books and then the directory of open access journal. The ma'am also explained very well the library services, that is reference services, referral, audio, visual, bibliography experts. It also have the value-added online, offline literature search, documenting, delivering, indexing concept very well. She also explained in well manner the application of ICT in a library, that is share catalog, union catalogs, web OPAC, interlibrary loans, referral, emails, bulletin boards. I have very well understand all these things. She also explained the challenges and conflicts about that. She also explained the digital and online information system, the external networks and the role of the knowledge processor and the changing the role of the librarian in this section, the mobile app, MOPAC, professional competencies, personal competencies, skill of librarian, well explained by the ma'am. She also explained the technical skills of the internal and the multimedia digital media processing, WhatsApp digital libraries. I understood well. Then ma'am also explained the traditional method of knowledge preservation. Then the current trends of the knowledge preservation. That in current trends, she explained the cloud server, digital resource preservation tools, that is ePrint, DSpace, Green Store, and she also wished to create the robust framework for preserving these tools, these library or these resources. Then she also explained the international standards, that is uh, OAIS reference model. It is a standard format. It is nothing but the SOP for a digital preservation of the digital data. And she explained the objective of the digital data preservation, identify the digital data preservation. These are the first objective of the preserving digital data. Then the tools used for digital data preservation, that is DSpace, ePrint, or the Greenstone lockers. Then Indian library has the access challenges for these digital repository or the digital preservation. To that, we have to promote the awareness, doubling core catalogs. Then the ma'am very well explained the digital preservation techniques, that are the migration, emulation, metadata, redundancy and distributed storage, encapsulation, web archiving, digital resource preservation tools also. In migration, we have to make the print copy of your data in a digital mode. In emulation, replicate that digital data in another form, that is CD-ROM or the pen drive or the other hard disk. Metadata standards, you have to, metadata means nothing but the data about data. You have to create the data about your data. It is the informative data about your stored data. That for that, there are detailed metadata such as OAI, PMH, premise or doubling core access right are nothing but some of the metadata standards. Then ma'am explain the redundancy and distributed storage, that is locus. Locus is nothing but the storing digital data across the geographical spaces. Then encapsulation is nothing but the one of the technique where packaging of the digital data without their within their metadata or dependencies. Its example is nothing but the digital videos. She also explained the web archiving. Web archiving is nothing but the concept of capturing and preserving web content in a that is cyberspace, dynamic content challenges. Then she very well explained the digital resource preservation tools, that is Locus, DSpace, Greenstone, Web Recorder. Then first DSpace is nothing but the all are nothing but the open source digital repository where you have to, everything has to be there. You have to use that. But ma'am also told that there is these tests or all the tools are available there, but there are the difficulty for everyone to how to use that tool. We have to learn these using that tools. Web recorder, it is a capture and preserve the dynamic web content. Greenstone is developed by the New Zealand in 1997. It is a multimedia and multilingual tool developed by the New Zealand. Then, ma'am, explain the how these or the example of these tools used by the projectionaries. For example, DSpace. The Shodh Ganga uses the DSpace implement uses or the manages the Shodh Ganga. E-prints used by the Vidyanidhi take the use of the e-prints for their digital data preservation. The Green Store is used by the Digital Library of India, DLI. Locus is nothing but the used by the National Digital Preservation Program, NDPP. Web recorder is used by the National Mission in libraries. After that, madam, explain the challenges for the digital preservation. The first challenge we are all faces that the technological obsolescence, technology everywhere growing fastly. So we have to deal with this challenge. Then resource constraint are also there. Then metadata management is a very difficult task where you have to manage the data about data. Then we have to also challenge for the policy development. For overcoming these challenges, ma'am also suggests the recommendations that is adopt interoperability standards, staff training and cooperation building. These are some of the recommendations provided by the ma'am. Overall, I would thank ma'am and all the organizing committee, especially Gaurav sir and the Vaishali ma'am for organizing such a good lectures. These lectures are also useful for you, our educational upliftments. Ma'am, you does your job very well, ma'am. I will thanks to you and behalf of all the members. I will thank to you and uh, not last but least, all the participants are also silently and sincerely learned things from you. I would thanks to all of them to listen lecture carefully and stay here within all the time. Thank you, ma'am. Thank for such a
Thank you, Pankaja
lecture.
ma'am. You have
Thank you,
listened
ma'am.
very carefully to summarize the sessions. That's why I'm very much thankful, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. It is my interested topics. All
Okay.
lecture are good. We listen all the lecture carefully.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Thank you, ma'am.
yes. Should I leave now?
Yes, ma'am.
करना था मतलब